Hello, I'm Ella Reid, and I'm showing you about how to convert an ordinary pair of trousers with a straight waistband at the bottom into a Victorian set of fishtail trousers. They had 2 points at the back and then they came down and it looked like a fishtail. And they were intended for braces, Victorian braces, and I'm going to go through this step by step. And it might now initially this set of videos is intended for any helpers that I'm going to have. I know that when I get to Stourbridge there will be people helping me with the costume for Harry's First Day 1844, which is a film that's going to be produced and filmed shot professionally in Stourbridge in September 2018. How exciting. And we need 30 sets of fishtail trousers. The cheapest ones we can find in the UK to buy are 30 quid. Well, if you work that out on our budget and Arts Council grants and etc., forget it. We can't do it. So I'm buying trousers on eBay or cheap in charity shops. If I find any car boot sales or jumble sales, but nobody does jumble sales these days. They used to be fantastic for this sort of thing, for costuming. We've got to do it whatever way we can, and this is for initially for us. But if anybody else there wants to, like steampunkers or theatre people, want to convert a set of fishtail trousers, this is how to do it. I have received a pair of trousers. They're not very large, and they're intended for the guy who's going to be Harry. So what I'm going to do, you see there's a little label in the back. I'm going to take that out and I'm going to undo the waistband all along here and turn it up. Hello, just in case you've never done anything like this, like opening up a waistband before, you get a little tool like this, which is called, well, in the 70s when I was growing up, they were called a quick stitch unrip picker or something similar to that. They are now called I don't know, stitch unfasteners or something like that, but you know, it's basically, if I can get this in shot, they are like that. They come with some kind of top on them because they are a bit sharp. Not really sharp, they're not sharp like a needle, but you would know that. So how you do this, so look, you do that, you put it in where the stitch, the first inch is hard, a little bit hard, and then after that it kind of gets easier and easier, okay? Because the first, you have to put it in, find the stitch and put it in, and then after that you can, the stitch will unravel a little bit each time. Okay, one little tip as well is when you're using it, don't have your hand sort of like this, okay, so that when you go boomf and come out, because it will have a little bit of force on it, that it don't have it so it'll go into your hand, because that is seriously bad. You don't want to do that. So what you do is you hold it with your hand like that, so that when you come through, you can see where they are, sort of. My vision's okay at the moment, which is fab. It'll come through like that, and you're going into thin air and not into your hand. Alright, so when you've done that, take out all the little bitty bits of this stuff that'll be left, which is the bits that you've unpicked, because you don't want that. And then you'll see, look, in this particular pair of trousers, it's actually taking the waistband right off. So what you want to do is you need to put it back on in exactly the same place. And look, the belt loops are still sort of attached. Well, they are attached. Now, make sure you do it right. And the way to do this is start from the middle and work out width on each side. Okay? And make sure that you've got your belt loop bits in. So look, you don't want that on that side when you put it out. You need that to be in between. Okay, so and that you can feel where exactly the right place is going to be, because the belt loop will lie flat. So I do suggest that you pin it back on, and that's because just to make sure that you get it lying right, because otherwise it's going to look awkward. Because if you're going to wear them and you're a steampunker, or if you're going to sell them, it's not good, is it? You know, you want it to be right. And you're not going to sew it now. You're going to wait, because it's all pinned on. You have to be careful of that, because of course you're going to catch your fingers in. Now, there's a right way and a wrong way to do your pins. I know that sounds like I'm being anal, but there is. And I'm telling you this because it'll make sure for starters, put them all in one direction. Nothing to do with that boy band, okay, but just one direction. And then make sure that the direction that you do them in is on this side, okay. So if you are feeding it into the machine, okay, you want the side that's got just a little bit of fabric on this side of you. If that's right, if this is the foot of the machine, you want it to go like that, because this will be the bit that's going under the machine. This will be the bit that's on the table or down the table. And if it's the other way around, that can give you serious problems, especially if the trousers are a bit thick and it's like, yeah, you don't want that. So that's why they are not just functional in terms of keeping the fabric together, they are directional, as in which way to start. Because what you do is you put them all in the same direction, so that when you are going into the machine, you can just get the head of the next pin and pull it out. If you're trying to do it that way, you put it in the wrong way, it's not good. You can have serious problems with that. Anyone who's done that will know, okay, and I'm just trying to get you to avoid these problems that everybody has when they're starting off. Now, find the middle of the back of your pair of trousers. Okay, so it's there, isn't it? Because look, there's my two pockets. Okay. So it's right there. What you're going to have is you're going to have a button here and a button here. Okay, and you're going to have the fishtail is going to be cut like that in between the buttons. Okay, so like, can you see, button, button, and in between you're going to go down, up, and then there's your button. So on the other side of your button, you're going to come down until it probably is back where your original waistband should be. Now I've got a piece of material here. It's probably another piece of the same tablecloth that I think was cut into pieces because it had holes in it. Just put 3 pins in it. Now I've left it hanging like a curtain at the moment. We'll just roll that up a bit. You see, you do it on the outside, okay, look, not on the inside. So I'm going to put another pin in to show me how wide I want it. I'm going to put another pin in to show me where the middle belt loop is. See, it's this pin. And look, I'm going to show you, I do own one of these things. Now I'm going to see whether I think that looks right. It's for my fishtail, like that. Is that too shallow? Now you can use tailor's chalk if you've got a tailor's chalk that's a different colour. Now I haven't got a blue tailor's chalk or anything like that at the moment. I've only got an old white one. So what I'm going to use is, I'm not going to use a pen. I'm going to use this. It's a little, you know, one of these cheap push-up pencils that's refillable. The first thing you are going to do is called marking your points. So there is my central point. Can you see? Now I hope you can see. Ah, look, yes. There is my point. Now that's actually straight, but you can't see it. Right. Then at the top, I've got another one. And then further along, so look there, this is how the fishtail's going to be. From here to up here, and then it's going to come down to here. Now this becomes easy suddenly, doesn't it? Because all you need to do, once you've marked your points, is have a ruler. Just mark it very lightly when you do the actual ruling. You may decide you want it slightly, ever so slightly curved. Right. Okay, so here we are, this is it. So all you used was actually a little tiny bit. You've got all this can go back in the box. So it's cut as it was. Don't forget along here, the bottom, to leave enough to turn back under when it comes to the time after, when you've turned it through. Because this, look, as you go, like, well, how's that going to work? It's on the outside. Well, what you do is you sew it along there, do a little mitre there. Now cut it just a little bit so it eases the turning of it. You can get to the point, but you don't want it to go through, obviously. Turn it through onto the other side so that this will then be on the inside, and then you're going to turn this little bit at the bottom under, and this is going to be the inside of the waistband. So we see you in part 2, where I do the sewing, and which is experimental, do it by hand in the 19th century way, and I decide to change the fishtail, which might happen to you. See how you can do that in part 2.